Hi, Cancer. This is your monthly reading for August 2016. It is your spiritual tarot wisdom reading. Cancer, you have a lot of messages this month for you. I'm loving your cards this month. You have 7 major arcana cards, which means those are the spiritual life lessons that we must learn, that we have to learn. And you have them all in the month of August. With that being said, Cancer, the major arcana cards you have are just beautiful. They're some of the best cards that you want to have from the tarot deck. So what I have laid out for you this month is I have 3 situations playing out in the month of August. And then I have a soul journey life lesson card for each situation to see how we can help move you through these situations so that you can actually learn the lessons that your soul is trying to learn through these situations, and it can evolve and move you along your journey. What's underlying your reading for the month of August, and I love it, is the Magician. Okay, so this is all about creating your reality and what you want in your life. So this is the underlying message for you, and it goes right along with your spread, Cancer. What I'm seeing in your spread, the messages that I'm getting for you, Cancer, is there's some situation, there's some type of circumstance, some area of your life that has been very chaotic for you, intolerable, put a lot of pressure on you, and it has really, really built up. And with that being said, when I see this Tower card here, this card is really all about moral lessons. So this situation or circumstance that you've endured is was really put there for you to be able to learn from it. And I think as a result, it allowed you to realize what you want in your life, and what you don't want in your life. And this card, the Magician card, is also, it's the card of law of attraction. So any situation or circumstance that the universe has brought to your life or that has crossed your path was really just placed there to show you, and help you come to a level of awareness of what you want and what you don't want in your life. And because of this circumstance, I'm getting the message that this particular area of your life has led you to want to go um, down a new path, to take a new path in your journey, okay? Because you have the Hermit that is sitting right by this Tower card. So any of my Cancers who are feeling guided or feeling some type of inner prompts or urges, or your intuition is kicking in, that's telling you to take a different path, to go in a different direction, I'm going to advise you to follow that intuition, okay? And that intuition is going to come in terms of your thoughts, your ideals, your dreams, those inner promptings. That is your soul pushing you. Your soul knows what it wants, and that's what's really trying to speak through you, if you're feeling guided and inclined to go in a new direction. With this situation up here, it shows you walking away from this situation or this area in your life, and it shows you taking a new path. And in doing so, if you do take that new path, there's going to be a tremendous amount of healing and peace that occurs in your life and within yourself. And it's actually going to bring you to a state of where you are actually feeling whole, a state of wholeness. I'm getting from your cards, though, this really has a lot to do with, for most of my Cancers, okay, because it is a general reading, has to do with what type of work that you're doing right now, okay? I feel like that the work that some of my Cancers have been doing has really just been something that you've been inclined to do, to walk away from for a while. That it's really been a long awaited hardship type of circumstance. It may have even caused you a lot of financial poverty in your life. For some of my Cancers, your work is actually making you sick. That could be in the form of anxiety, depression, any type of those areas, because you have the 5 of Pentacles that's sitting right in the middle of this spread for you. So that's why I really feel like it has to do with what type of work that you're leaving. So for some of my Cancers, you are feeling inclined to move out and step in a new direction. And in the month of August, before I move down to the second situation here, with this Magician card here, and with the Ace of Wands being the final card in your spread, and I apologize for jumping down to the third row, this tells me, though, this month, if not already, you're going to reach a really high state of awareness, okay? And this is a new a new path. This is a new beginning movement along your journey for you in whatever direction that it is. So if you are considering taking this new path, whatever area it is for you, like I said, because it is a general reading, the universe is going to come in and it's going to support you. And when I say that, what you're going to see is you're going to see signposts, you're going to see synchronicities showing up in your life. You're going to feel the energy to have that strength, that eagerness, that optimism that's going to move you along that path and create this reality for you. Okay? So follow those intuitions as I look at this first situation. Follow those promptings. It is really going to bring you out of this crisis or this dark time that you're experiencing on your journey. It is really going to bring a lot of peace into your life and a lot of healing in all areas of your life. Okay, so that's the main message I have for the first situation up here. As we move into the second situation, probably as we're moving more towards the middle of August, stepping out into this new path and this new direction is going to cause you to leave this chaotic situation behind. Okay, there is a phase or cycle in your life that wants to end. Okay, and for the month of August, the message is to let this phase or cycle end and step out into this new direction. And when this phase or cycle ends, because you have the World card in the second situation, that means a new phase or cycle is going to begin for you. Okay, and right underneath this card, you have the Seven of Pentacles, which means you're going to be doing some type of work. You're going to be building something that brings a lot of growth to yourself and a lot of value into your life. Okay, so that's why I keep getting that. It really has to do with the type of work that you're doing. So make the changes, the necessary changes. Take that path. Follow the direction that you're inclined to follow so that this phase in your life can end and that new one will begin. And it shows you walking away from this financial hardship or you healing from whatever this area of your life is that has brought any type of illness on for you, lack of finances, or extreme poverty. And when doing so, in this situation, what's very important that I see is you have the Judgment card. Okay? So this tells me that whatever this direction is that you're considering moving in, or that you've already started moving in, this is part of your calling. This is a divine movement, okay? And that's why right underneath it you have the Ace of Wands. You're going to be supported in all ways. So don't be afraid to step out. As long as you're with the Magician, as long as you have intention and action and you're putting that work in there, the universe will support you in every single way that you need to step out. It is part of your calling. So this is a moment of truth for you that's coming across you this month, or it's already come across you. I feel like for a lot of my Cancers, this is something that you've been considering a while, that's been in your mind for a long time, and maybe you've been too worried about it, or it's something really completely different for you. Usually when this calling is upon our life, it's some type of work that we've never done before. Okay, and it's usually some type of spiritual type of work or some aspect of ourselves that we realize that we have other abilities in, and that can be a bit scary and it can be a bit challenging to step in that direction. But whatever it is, Cancer, know that it is part of your calling. And what I want to stress to you, the emphasis with this card being in your reading, because this is very important for your life, this card, okay? And when I see it in any reading, I take it very seriously. To really know our higher selves or to fulfill the purpose of why we're actually here, we have to answer the call. And if we don't answer the call, we will just keep ourselves in the same obstacles and situations and hardships that we've been in. So don't look away from this, okay? Really go within. You have that Hermit here, so something tells me you are being guided, whether it's your inner soul, your spirit, your angels, source, whoever it is, you are being guided from within to go in this new direction, on this new path in your life, okay? And it's going to move you away from these situations and circumstances that you've been in. I feel like for some of my Cancers, this has been a really, really long cycle or phase for you, and it's time to leave it behind. And as soon as you start taking the actions and taking those steps towards what you want, and some of my Cancers have, or you're going to, because like I said, you have the Magician in your reading too, you're going to start that new phase, that new cycle, that new beginning, and it's going to really bring a lot of wholeness and healing to yourself, but the message is it's going to bring healing to every single aspect of your life. All right. So don't ignore those prompts. Don't ignore those urges that you continually get, or those constant ideals or thoughts. If you don't know where they're coming from, that's your intuition speaking to you. All right. And we were given that intuition for a reason. Our intuition should be guiding us on a day-to-day basis. And when we don't listen to it, we just stay very stagnant and stuck in where we're at. And like I said, for some of my cancers, I'm getting from whatever situation or circumstance that you've been in already, you've learned a lot of moral lessons. Because the Tower card is also about, a path. It's about, a new beginning, because you've learned these lessons, or things showed up in your life that you didn't want and that you didn't like, whether they're relationships, careers, home life, your health, any of those areas. Okay. It showed up for a reason. The universe put it there for you for a reason, to kind of wake you up and open your eyes. And for some of my cancers, you're going to have that state of awareness in the month of August. August is supposed to be a really high energy month for us already, because just the type of month it is in numerology. And it really is supposed to be a very high energy month for us, to help us all move along our path and our journey. So that's the second situation for you. Leave this phase or cycle behind in your life. Leave that situation, circumstance, whatever it is, and follow that call. It's going to put you at a crossroads. You're not going to know. It's as if you're going to be confused into what direction to go into, because this other path is a whole new path. But your card suggests that you follow that path and you take the steps and the actions if you really want to achieve what it is that you want in your life. Okay. In this third situation, it does show some of my cancers, there is something that you are gonna build, and it is work related. So it could be business, career, employment, your own business, becoming an entrepreneur, it could be even starting your own tarot business, anything. You are gonna build something that's gonna bring a lot of growth to you. And once you build this, not only are you just gonna be able to look back on it in satisfaction, it's just going to manifest, come into fruition on its own. You're just going to watch it build and grow. It is going to grow. And taking this new path, you're going to have that joy and contentment and fulfillment of what you're trying to get into your life. That's the Sun card. So it's all about happiness. So this path that you're inclined or you're feeling prompted to take it. Whatever area it is. Okay, because like I said, it's a general reading, so I can't really specify particular area. I do get intuitively from the cards that it has to do, in regards to your work. With taking this new path, or whatever it is that you're trying to build or grow, the universe is going to support you. Okay, and like I said, when we think of support, sometimes we think of it in physical aspects, and we're waiting to see it with our own eyes or be able to touch it to see that this is help. But it's more energetically. Okay, it's more giving. You're going to start feeling strong enough to do this. You're going to start feeling eager, and you're going to be very optimistic about taking this path. So it's going to be within that you're going to feel this, because the energy is going to be ushered from the universe to move you along this path. Okay, and this card tells me that you are going to move in this new direction. Okay, you are going to follow this call. Some of my cancers, you may have already started doing this, and taken those steps. So if you are, the message is to continue on this path, and it's going to bring you exactly it is what you're desiring in your life for you. Okay. The main message is, let this phase or cycle end in your life. That's been, like I said, I feel like for my cancers, this has been a very heavy situation. And in the month of August, it would be the perfect month to continue to take steps forward and make action. And remember, something that's very important, you have to be the one participating in it. You have to be the one that's taking the action and putting the work in. Okay? It won't just manifest. But what I'm getting, the message I'm getting is that the path is open for you, and it's ready to unfold. And if you're asking yourself, am I supposed to be doing this? Am I really supposed to be going in this direction? The answer is it's part of your calling. Yes. And like I said, when we answer our call and we fulfill our purpose fulfills us in every single way. It's very amazing how that works. So continue in this direction or start going in that direction, Cancer. That's the main message that I have for you. And it's going to end this cycle of financial hardship or illness that you have, or struggles, or these periods of crisis that you've been in. And I think some of my Cancers have really, really been through a lot. Make sure that you're spending time alone, Cancer, and that you're going within, and that you're seeking guidance, that you're listening to whatever messages that are coming for you. Some of my Cancers, you are already, some of my Cancers you need to withdraw a little bit from worldly situations and circumstances or people, so that you're not getting all these chaotic different messages going through your mind. You really need some time of solitude where you can just sit, think about what it is that's prompting you, and the answers will come to you. And you have a guide that is leading you. There is that inner guide, and that inner guide is your soul. Okay? With that, like I said, you have a great, beautiful major arcana cards for you. This month is almost as if it's life transforming for you if you step in the right direction. And that's the key. It's not going to happen. The new beginning or the new phase is not going to happen unless you step out and you take those risks and you go in that direction. And the message is you're going to be supported, and it is something that you're supposed to be doing. So I hope that clarifies any answers or confusion that any of my Cancers might be having. Let's look at your life soul journey lesson cards for these situations. This is a spiritual tarot wisdom reading, so I'm going to go in a little depth with it. The soul journey lesson cards, I like to use it in this particular reading because our soul has already come here and incarnated, and it already knows the lessons that it wants to learn while it's here on the earth plane. So anything that you're coming across on your path, you might perceive it as obstacles or challenges, but they're really not. They're there to help your soul evolve and grow. Your soul has already kind of picked out the lessons, the people, the circumstances, and the situations that it needs, so it knows. So they're all being placed on your path to help you grow and evolve into your higher self. And it's very important for you this month, Cancer, because like I said, you have the Judgment card, you have the World card, and you have the Magician card, okay? And those three together are just like phenomenal. So you really have the ability to start or to continue in this manifestation of what you want in your reality. So the Soul Journey cards, what they can help you do is see what lesson is that your soul is wanting to learn. And once you learn that lesson, some people, test, they call it a test, you'll be able to navigate through these situations and see them differently and overcome them, which will allow you to move along your journey a lot smoother and quickly. Okay, so for this situation up here, it says forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Okay, so whatever area of this life that it is that didn't work, or whatever decisions you feel that you made that weren't the best decisions, because that's what I'm getting. Some of you feel as though maybe you haven't made the best decisions in the past. You need to forgive yourself so that you can set yourself free. All right. And this pertains to another person, but I really don't think it is. I think it has to do with my Cancers personally, decisions that they've made or that they have allowed to go on in their life, and that it's hurt them or not have the best results for them. You have to forgive to let yourself free. And harboring feelings of resentment are really, really heavy negative energies. Okay. And when we're trying to manifest what we want in our life, we want to make sure we're putting out the proper energies, because the universe is just going to reflect those energies back to us. All right. So that's for the first situation. So I would say whatever decisions or, hold yourself accountable, responsible for whatever hasn't worked out, or for allowing yourself not to take this new path. Some people probably have felt inclined or guided years ago to take this new path, and you haven't, and you feel like you just stayed and remained in the same situation. Just let it go and release it. Release it so that the new can come in. All right. For your second situation, you have friendship. And this says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Okay. So there's someone that's in your life or that's going to be entering your life. All right. When I see this card, I think the major message for you, Cancer, is that people do cross our path. Okay. Sometimes we don't understand why. Sometimes they're for a reason. Sometimes it's for a season. But if we could take the judgments off, relationships, friendships, or whatever it is good or bad, and just realize that we can learn from them. There's always lessons that we can learn, and that's what our soul is really trying to do, is, learn and evolve and grow so that we can become our higher self. And we need to become our highest self to serve our life purposes, for the reason that we are actually put here to do. And that's part of, I think, where people get stomped up on their journey or path, because they feel inclined to go in an entirely different direction than what they've been conditioned to do, whether it's who they thought they were, or the job they thought that they should have, or the life or lifestyle that they felt that they should have. They suddenly hit a level of awareness and realize this is not what I really want. So it causes a lot of confusion. It puts you at that crossroads. There's the judgment card. And you come to, like I said, you reach that level of awareness, all right, that this is or is not what I want in my life. And then you start taking the steps to create what you want, okay? So remember, whatever is coming up across your path, or that's coming along your journey for you, people will be placed along there, okay? And they may be placed along there to help you realize something, to help you through something, okay? The message that I'm getting with this card in particular to this situation is this person may actually be the one that really helps you realize what it is and what you don't want in your life, which could really help you put an end or a phase to this cycle that you've been in. They may be able to help you navigate through ending this cycle in your life. Or you may realize what your calling is by whatever this relationship is with this person. How do you feel with them? What do you see your role as with them? How are your interactions with them? It might spark something in you that makes you realize this is my calling. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, even if it is different than what I'm used to doing. Let's look at the third situation down here. We have humor. Okay, and it says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Okay, so this is good, I feel like it fits with the entire reading for you. With making this change or this transition into this new path or along this new path, make sure you're keeping your thoughts very light. Okay, look at the situation, the circumstance, or that phase or cycle. By not putting a lot of heavy emphasis on it, okay? Because those energies will weigh you down, and they can be very toxic, all right? And it will really make you stagnant on your journey, or it'll make you move very slow, okay? So if you can look at the situation or circumstance of your life more on a lighter side, and the message I get is to realize that it was placed there for you to learn what you didn't want, especially when I see the Magician underlying all of these cards. They were all placed there. It's not that you failed at it or you didn't succeed or that it's something terrible and you're in, get out of that crisis mode with it. And get out of your head of what am I supposed to do? I feel torn. And realize that those are all signposts to you, telling you that you're supposed to go in this new direction. So look at it and be grateful for it. Whatever didn't work, whatever didn't fulfill you or make you happy or didn't bring you what you want, because all it really did was show you what you really did want, okay? And it's going to allow you to move in a new direction. So it's a very exciting month for you, Cancer. Like I said, you have some really big major arcana cards. my wishes are for you to follow the guidance and the messages of the reading that you have for you. If any of my cancers, if you want a more personal and depth private reading, my information is in the description box. You can also visit my website. It's in the description box. It's intuitivespiritualpath.com. I will be putting new services up there and information for all my viewers to go on and view. That will help you release some of these energies. If you find that you're in some heavy toxic energies, there'll be information and exercises on there for you to review and to use in your personal life that will help you navigate through. Cancer, I hope you have a beautiful month. I would love any feedback from any of my viewers or my subscribers on your reading. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I said, please feel free to contact me if you need any clarity or insight into the messages of this reading.